Coming up for both teams. Monk for the tie.
This play right here has been the Clippers season in a nutshell. As a Clippers fan myself, I've just been disappointed by all their late game decisions and turnovers that cost us every game this season. This game started a 5-game losing streak for the Clippers in the past week, where they came from the 4th seed looking to go up in standings to the 8th seed trying to fight to stay in the play-in tournament and the playoffs in general. They finally broke the 5-game losing streak against the Memphis Grizzlies without Ja Morant, Dillon Brooks, and Brandon Clark there playing, but ended up giving over 50 points in the third quarter, which had them down going into the fourth, where they had to come back to win the game. Why, you may ask, why they had to come back against a Grizzlies team without their best player is simply one thing. Clippers now have one of the worst defenses in the league post-trade deadline. But before that, let's go back to the beginning of the season, where they were one of the best defenses in the league. In November of 2022, the Clippers were ranked 2nd in defensive rating and 30th in offensive rating, which will be around that margin all the way till the All-Star break. That means they had one of the best defenses in the league, but also one of the worst defenses in the NBA at that time. If you ask me if I'd rather have one of the worst offenses or the worst defense in the league, I'd rather have one of the worst offense, because defense is something that not everyone wants to do. Defense is effort. Defense has to do with the little things. Offense will always come to people like Kawhi Leonard and Paul George. They will always get it done, but defense has come with effort, and they were showing that effort in the beginning of the season. They were hustling, they were doing all the little things that a team needs to do to win, but ever since the trade deadline, it seems like they don't care anymore. They have no effort at all. The Clippers went from a 2nd defensive rating to the 13th defensive rating, which is the middle of the league now. Some teams above the LA Clippers in defensive rating are Brooklyn Nets, Chicago Bulls, and Toronto Raptors. The difference between these teams and the LA Clippers is that the LA Clippers are trying to make a championship push, while these teams realistically are not even trying to make a playoff push. But the only teams that have worse defensive rating than us that are trying to make a playoff push are the Dallas Mavericks, Golden State Warriors, LA Lakers, and the Sacramento Kings. But we have a worse record than all those teams except for the LA Lakers, who are creeping up in the standings and can possibly make the playoffs. If we don't get our defense together, we could possibly get out of the playoffs in general. And the scary thing is, we never got rid of our defensive players at a trade deadline. We only got rid of some pieces, offensive pieces for us, like a Luke Kennard and a Reggie Jackson, but we never got rid of our defensive specialists, and our core is still intact. So the fact that we have a terrible defense now shows a lack of effort. And this lack of effort is the reason why we've lost most of our close games this year. It's unprecedented how we are so close to winning, but we give up late game turnovers and dumb shots that just end up us losing the game for no reason at all. We have the game in the bag. And our biggest lack of effort ever is our rebounding. We are one of the worst rebounding teams ever, it seems like. It doesn't say on the stat sheet, it says we're middle of the pack. But if you look at the game, you can tell that we are terrible at rebounding. And it's not like we can't rebound at all. It's just they don't want to rebound. If you see, after we put up a shot, they're always so quick to go back on defense instead of trying to get an offensive rebound and putting it back up. We need those second chance points. They don't want to do it, and it's hurting us offensively and defensively. And it's hurting us defensively because when we do get back, we don't run back. We jog back, or we look at them do fast breaks. We're one of the worst fast break defenders in the league. It is crazy how much we get scored on a fast break. Go look at the Kings versus Clippers game where it went to double overtime. Most of their points came from fast break points where we just didn't guard them at all, and it's ridiculous. If the Clippers want to win a championship, they have to get better effort. They have to stop the fast break layups and the fast break threes while also trying to get rebounds. It is crazy that they don't try to do any of those things, and it's very simple in basketball. It's not hard to do. It is just effort, and they don't want to give the effort out. This is why we keep on losing games. This is why we went back down in standings. It's ridiculous. They need to get it together so we can win this championship. If they don't, we'll get kicked out of the first round or not even make the playoffs in general. That's where it's heading right now. Our offense is fine now. We don't need to work on offense. We're good on offense. We have a top 10 offense in the league now. We're good on that. We just need to focus on our defense now. The defense is lacking because of lack of effort. We have good defensive players. We picked up Eric Gordon, picked up Mason Plumlee, and we picked up Russell Westbrook while getting Bones Hyland too. Those are not bad defensive players, maybe Bones Hyland, but at the end of the day, They are not bad defensive players. They can play defense. Our whole team can play defense. That defense needs to be our priority now. Offense will come with us. We need to stop teams from scoring so we can actually win games. It doesn't matter how much you score. If you can't stop the other team from scoring, you will never win a basketball game ever. Once we can get our defense up to where our offense is, we'll be a really scary team to face off in the playoffs. We can actually have a chance to win the championship this year if they get their defense together. It's crazy how the lack of effort has stopped them so much this season. Also, their mentalities are really bad. Right after the team scored a bunch of points in the quarter, they just put their head down and they stop playing basketball. They just go with the flow. That could not happen with championship teams. You need to learn how to slow the game down and get back together. Y'all cannot separate during these bad times where teams go on a scoring stretch. That's going to happen. It's the NBA. Every team goes on a scoring stretch. It's normal. And if you want to win a championship, you got to get over that hump of being down bad every time a team goes on a scoring stretch. Recently, they did well against the scoring stretch when the Memphis Grizzlies went for 50 points in the quarter and they came back and won. Like, we need that effort every single day, not every other day, but every single day. This is what NBA championships are made out of. People that can come back together and get things done. We need to learn how to get things done so we can finally get over that hump. On 2021, we were close, but we missed Kawhi. Now we have Kawhi. Now we have Paul George. The whole team's healthy. There's no excuses this year. It's do or die this year. Nothing else. But it's not all just on the players. Ty Lue, the coach, has not been a very good coach this year. He's had really questionable lineups and dumb decisions at the end of games. Why would you take Terrence Mann off the starting lineup? We were 10-3 before the trade deadline when we had a really good streak going on, and he decided to cut that over to have Russell Westbrook start. I'm okay with him starting. Don't take off Terrence Mann. Take Morris. Put him on the bench or don't play him at all. He's been playing really bad recently. We don't need that right now. We need people that can play, and he can't play right now. He's been having one of the worst stretches of games played in like a week or two, and it's getting really bad. It's hurting us Clippers fans, and it's hurting the team. We need to get back into the playoff position. We need to get above the 8th seed. Playing Marcus Morris is not going to get that done right now. He needs to be on the bench or do not play minutes. That's what we need right now. We need to play Robert Covington and Terrence Mann more minutes and get this defense going and get this team chemistry going. We only have a couple games left. We have 1 month left. We need to get this going before it's all over. But that's all I gotta say. If they want to have effort, they'll have effort. It's up to the players. As a Clipper fan myself, I really hope they get it together because I do want them to see them raise that championship. I really hope they do. It's probably not going to happen, but I can be hopeful. But the way we're going right now, we're going to be bounced out the first round or not even make the play-in tournament anymore. But if y'all enjoyed this video, follow, like, share. I'll be making gaming videos and videos like this hopefully more often, and I'll see y'all later. Peace.